Bitcoin will make you a better person. And the reason why Bitcoin is going to make you a better person once you understand it and once you are fully convinced and once you have conviction on the certainty of Bitcoin as money and as not just money but as a movement that enlighten people about money, economics, and life in general. Because let's face it, money is the lifeblood of economies, of life itself. Everything you do or everything you want to do requires money. And money affects every aspect of your life, so you can't really ignore it. And you can't go through life without understanding what is money. Now, if you don't understand what is money, you can watch my video here, The Greatest Scam the World Has Ever Seen, where I explain what is money and I explain why Bitcoin is perfect money. But what I want to talk about in this video is how Bitcoin will make you a better person. It will make you a better person because it will lower your time preference. Now, time preference is, there is high time preference and there is low time preference. And time preference is how much are you willing to wait to get something. And usually people who have low time preference, in other words, they can put in the work and the time and the effort to get what is valuable, they tend to succeed in life. And people who have high time preference, they can't put in the time, they can't put in the effort, they can't put in the hours to learn or to do what needs to be done to get the valuable things in life. Those people, they tend to fuck up in life. And so Bitcoin, because it's volatile, that's number one, because it takes time, and because it's not easy to hold it. Very few people can actually hold Bitcoin. I know many people who bought Bitcoin and then they sold it when it went up a little bit, or they sold it, even worse, they sold it when it goes down, when it went down. So holding Bitcoin is not an easy thing to do. It requires discipline. It requires conviction. And once you start to learn about Bitcoin, once you start to understand it, it will change how you treat your resources and how you look at life itself. I'm reminded when I just started going to the gym and I was thinking how many calories I need to eat and how many proteins I need, and I started to calculate every kind of food I see. I would just see it as carbs and protein. And I remember I used to go to the convenience store, and if I see something that I like, some junk food, like cookies or juice or whatever, I would look at it, I would look at the price, and then I would think to myself, with this amount of money, I could buy this amount of eggs, and I could get this amount of protein. So that's how I started thinking when I was kind of obsessed with the gym and building muscles and eating enough proteins. Now with Bitcoin, whenever I want or whenever I need to buy something, I think to myself, do I really need that thing? Can I really afford this? Is it better to buy that thing that might, it might not add any value to my life in 1 year, 2 years? So I will just buy it and waste money and forget about it and throw it or not use it or whatever. Is it worth it to buy that thing? Or should I take that money and buy Bitcoin with it instead? Because I know that Bitcoin is going to keep going up. And I will definitely double my money. In fact, I might triple or get 10x my money if I buy Bitcoin. So this is how I think right now. Whenever I think about doing something or spending money on something that is a little bit pricey or something that I don't really need, I think twice. I always ask myself, do I really need that thing? And if I don't need it, why should I buy it? Isn't it better to just buy Bitcoin? And so when you do this, of course, this doesn't work just with your money spending habits, but also when it comes to your time. You're not going to waste your time doing things that are not going to give you a good ROI. So I truly believe that Bitcoin can make you a better person if you put in the work and if you do your homework and if you spend some time to learn about it and to understand it. But then another part of me thinks that very few people will get Bitcoin because most people they are unable, or at least from what I heard. I was talking to this American guy on the internet the other day. I went on Omegle and I started talking to some people on about Bitcoin and stuff. And this guy told me, I was trying to explain to him Bitcoin, and he told me, I'm not really good at abstract thinking. So all the things I was telling him, he didn't get them, or he thought they were too abstract for him. But I truly think this Bitcoin can be simplified so that everybody can understand this. I mean, I'm not a technical person myself. I don't code. I'm not completely ignorant when it comes to tech and IT, but I am not a developer. I'm not a coder. I'm not a technical person. I'm more of a, I lean too much towards the artistic side of things, or maybe the, how to say, the social side of things. So for example, I make content about Bitcoin on YouTube because I think I'm better on camera, and I can also write, but I can't, for example, contribute to Bitcoin when it comes to coding and updating the software. I can't do that. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to try to understand what's going on with the software, what's going on with the latest updates. For example, recently, I know that there is this debate about spam in the Bitcoin network, and why we need to keep the Bitcoin network, why we only need to keep the Bitcoin network relaying monetary transaction rather than spam transactions. But these are entirely different subjects. But my point is, I am not a technical person. I am not a technical person, and yet that doesn't mean I'm not going to understand Bitcoin. So people come into Bitcoin from all walks of life, and Bitcoin is going to improve your life and is going to improve you as a person, both professionally and personally. So Bitcoin is literally at the intersection of all the important things that are going on right now, of all the important subjects, of all the important events that are taking place in the world. And you need to participate in this global movement, because it's not just about making money. It's about improving your life, of course, and it's about improving the world through the power of sound money, that is Bitcoin. So I hope you guys enjoyed my rant. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoy my videos, subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next one. Take care.